when they don't exist, the problem persists. I have set my heart limits to find the gods and breaking all the age of girls. Before there was a white, there was a black first. At the roots of hierarchy, the goddamn church instigated prejudice, white supremacy, cause a supreme bully. Cause a supreme bully, tyranny, ruling with an iron fist, God supremacy, rape and sodomy, blood sacrifice, delusion of mind controlling religion, superstition, spiritual crime, blood sacrifice, murderer, murderer. No more secrets, no more lies. No more secrets, no more lies. No more evil deeds, no more blood sacrifice. Self-liberation, self-sovereignty. I dissolve this dream. I dissolve this dream. All that is hidden will be made known. All secrets will be revealed. No more hiding under your white and black sheets. Time to face all your evil deeds. I self-supreme. Time for I self-supreme to destroy this dream. I demolish all that I have created. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I return to my ultimate true state. No more secrets, no more lies. No more secrets, no more lies. No more lies, no more evil deeds, no more blood sacrifice. How do you identify? Blind, following the blind. The source of every evil lurks in the mind. Ignorance of self is the worst kind. Murderer, what an atrocity, the most heinous genocide, a blatant hatred of the eye. God is your devil in disguise. Awake from the dream, remove the veil from your eyes. Behind the ego, the truth of life. I am one with all is I. No more secrets, no more lies. No more secrets, no more lies. No more evil deeds, no more blood sacrifice. All souls are free. Self-liberation, self-sovereignty. I dissolve this dream. I dissolve this dream. Yes, I. Yes, yes, yes. This is that time again. No more secrets, no more lies. It's time to awake from the dream. Yes, yes, yes. So I want to say welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining Yes, it is time to awake from the dream. Yes. Welcome and thank you for joining I am primal light in this shattered fractal state, taking on this identity as Aset, Mahat, Aten Ra. I am the liberator and I advocate for all thyself. Today I'm going to be talking about how do you know how to wipe the mind slate clean so that you can be living in balance and harmony. Also, I want I and I to look at what is the cause of your misery. And when I looked at the cause, going deeper than the endless desires that can never be filled. Yes, and this is why so many ones are miserable. They have so many things, but they're never satisfied. So, What is your frequency? How are you vibrating? What is your vibration like? Okay, because we have to move to balance and harmony, to equanimity, and that's what I want to talk about today, right? How to be equanimous within the I self, how to be in balance and harmony, because this is where we have to move to, right? We have to know that it is our responsibility to do this, and no one can do it for us. We have been programmed wrongly, but that's all a lie. So we have to look at what is the cause of our misery. We have to learn how to wipe this mind slate clean so that we can be in balance and harmony, because we have to move to a balanced creation, to be in balance within ourselves, balance within our mind. All right, and that calls for an awaken from the dream, right? So I'm asking, what is your vibration? Let's focus on these things. Let's turn our lens inwards and start doing some self-analysis so we can look at ourselves, right? No more secrets, no more lies. I say, no more secrets, no more lies. All things hidden will be made known. All things done in secret will be revealed. All things created must be destroyed. This is the age of truth, and it's time for self-responsible authority. Yes, you have to take self-responsibility unless you are an infant baby, right? Resist temptations and be vigilant. No fear, because self triumphant over the consciousness, self triumphant over ego, good triumphant over evil, and self-truth triumphant over ignorance. And that's what we are facing right now. A lot of ignorance. And self-truth must triumphant over our ignorance, so that we can stand and know that all is myself and I am all. The real triumphant over the dream. Victory, 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 victory. All is myself. This says that I want true, pure self. I alone exist. I bow to all the ionize in self, in light, and in truth. Much honor. Thank you for joining I today. First, I want to just give honor and reverence to the I one true pure self unmanifest. Hail, hail to the I, one true pure self, unmanifest, none being. I alone exist, that has no name, that can't be explained. Hail, hail to the I, the primordial light. Hail to the I, the one true light. Hail to the I, the transparent light. Hail to the light without beginning nor end. Hail to the primordial light. Hail to the I, all the ionize in alignment to restore balance to I. I am victorious. I am triumphant. Victory, 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 victory. All is myself, and I alone exist. I dissolve all my ego false self, and I dissolve this ego. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I dissolve this dream, and I return to the I ultimate true state. Victory, victory. Yeah, so today I want to talk about equanimity. All right, how the I and I need to maintain balance within the I mind, because as you can see, look around the world, and all we can see are all this corruption, right? This is a fundamental truth No matter where you go in the world, you are going to see every beings, whether they are God beings or whether they are human beings, every kind of beings have a sickness in their mind, no matter where you go into this whole universe, right? This is the time now when we have to maintain equanimity in our mind. See, equanimity, mental calmness, composure. In the minds of all the beings, they have no peace of mind. Right? Listen to this sentence. She accepted both the good and the bad with equanimity. Right? You see things as they are, so you don't have to choose one over the other to create cravings or aversion, right? To either one. You're seeing things as they are. One of the major problems that we have into this world, we have all of these ones who are ruling the world. They do not see things as they are, and their mind is very sick, and they have no equanimity in their mind, and they want and they want and they want. They all this desire, all the things that they have become addicted to, and they have a bottomless pit of desires. They do this, oh, okay, now we want to do this, and now we want to do that, and we want this, and we want that, and non-stop. And they say, oh, everything they're doing, they say, oh, we're doing it for humanity. But the one thing that humanity need, shelter and food and basic things, they can't provide it. But yes, they're selling you dreams. They're selling you dreams and stories. Stop buying into these dreams and stories that these delusional human beings are selling. It's time to turn your lens inwards and maintain equanimity within your mind, right? Do you know how to wipe your mind slate clean? All right. So you have so many ones, all the desires. They have, they've come so accustomed to all these desires, and they're chasing all these sensations and feelings, you know. And so they just on and on and on and on, and they don't. It doesn't matter what they have to do to get their desires. They will do all kind of crazy stuff. What's the big desire they have? Now they want immortality in a dream into this body. And so they're doing all kind of crazy things to say if they can attain immortality into this body. This is an delusional idea. Because first of all, you cannot accept things as they are, because this world is a dream. It's an imagination. It's a virtual reality world. And you, the self that came in animating this body, you cannot stay into this dream, into this character that you are playing, right? You come and you play this character, and then it's time for you to move on to the next thing that you have to learn about. But you have been stuck in here because of all your desires and your cravings and all your attachments. It is time now for you to be mastering desires and live without cravings and attachment to this dream. Know that you are not this body, you are not this mind. Stop holding attachment to all of the things, the sensations that you are feeling in this world. Oh, I want this sensation, and so you're going to seek out experiences to give you this. You need a mind purification, right? Mind purification and wiping the mind slate clean, right? Everyone who's a participant into this dream, given this mind slate, right? And when you given the mind slate, it was clean. And now you are filled it up with all kinds of nonsense and non-stop, non-stop, non-stop. This is the root of your misery. You have to purify your mind, and you are carrying all these magnetic baggages onto you for every lifetime you come in. And when you're supposed to leave out of this body, your mind slate is supposed to be wiped clean, right? So you're not taking all the baggages from this life to go um into the invisible world and then to come back in a body again. You have to clean the slate. But no one have ever taught us this. So right, so now I'm telling you that you have to do mind purification, wiping your mind slate clean. So when it's time for you to come out of this body, you are not bringing any baggages from this life with you. You are healing. You are, and all the many lifetimes you have come and gone and come and gone. You have all of these baggages you are lugging around with you. You have energetic houses, magnetic houses filled with all of your thoughts and all of your actions and all of the evil things that you have done for every lifetime that you have never cleaned this mind slate. Right? And so now is the time when you need to turn your lens inward and start cleaning this mind slate and keep a pure mind. All right? Also, I want to talk about that it's time for justice. It's time for order. All right. And before we can attain order, there has to be justice for every wrong and every atrocities that have happened in the world. Right. And so what is the justice that is going to be delivered to all of these ones? Many ones have a notion that they can do evil things and sin, and then Jesus or whatever their God is going to save them from their sin. This is a big lie, right? I'm telling you right now that no one can save you from your sins. You must do the work to wipe your mind slate clean and live equanimously, right? You can't steal someone else's light. You must illuminate yourself, dissolve your ego false self, and turn your light on. You see how simple it is? How simple is these things, right? You have to illuminate your own self because what? You are in darkness, your light is off, and you need to turn it on, right? Your ego false self, because you're in an ego false self. That's why you don't know yourself. That's why you attach to all of these things in this dream that it's impermanent, because this is the law of this world, right? Everything in here passes away. It's only for a moment, right? And so you have all of these desires and all of these cravings and attachments and addictions to the sensations of this world, right? No one can save you from your sins. You have a long bag of sins, whole lot of magnetic sins you're carrying around with you. Now you need to wipe your mind slate clean. Go into all of those storehouses that you have with all your sins that you have committed from past experiences. And you got to clean them all out. This is the opportunity now to be busy doing this. Turn your light back on, to be on the mission to do these things. It is so simple how to do them, but it's not the easiest thing to do. It is so simple, right? The self must be in equanimity with the mind, because what's happening is that the mind has obscured the self and is not existing in equanimity, right? You must come out from obscurity. You're in obscurity behind the mind, and you need to come out from obscurity so that you can know that this mind is a device that you are using to experience this dream creation, to explore all the senses, to explore all of these um, sensation that is being produced here, all of these experiences, so that you can participate in all of these experiences, right? But we have not been living in a balanced and harmonious way because the mind have a lot of bad habits, and we have just been indulging this mind in a lot of bad things. And now we need to train it. It needs to be trained, needs to be cultivated, needs to be purified, and it needs to be in stillness. Because in stillness, this is how the mind stays pure. Because in stillness, it is in alignment with the self where it can get light. What this mind needs is light. But to be in the dream, the mind light is being obscure. We must first know how to master this mind, and then after everyone in this who has used this mind slate, wipe it clean, Then on our exit, we hand it back to that which who gave it to us. And this is how the light of the mind is going to be restored. But it cannot be restored if you have put all of these things on it, and you have not cleaned it off, and to return it back. It's time now. We have to be on this mission, right? Right? Can you create balance and harmony in yourself? Right? Because you have to be in equanimity within yourself, right? This is everyone is on a mission, and everyone is balanced within themselves. Then this we're gonna move to a balanced world. So let's challenge ourselves, because I know that we can be equanimous beings, right? We must thrive to maintain equanimity in our mind throughout all our experiences, right? Go and sin no more. Stop thinking that someone else can save you from your sin, right? It is time for you to take self-responsibility, because you're not an infant and you're not an invalid. Are you an invalid where you can't do things for yourself? Then okay, the self will do it for you. Are you an infant where you can't do things for yourself? Yeah, then the self will do it for you, right? Live a noble self-knowing life. Can you do this? Go through a self-analysis where you are seeing how you are living, right? And finding out what is the cause of your misery. Is it because of your attachment to this dream? Many ones are looking for bliss, they're looking for ecstasy, and the big thing is that everyone wants to have immortality in a dream. And so they have been programmed by these technocrats that they should transfer their consciousness into AI, into robots, and into these pods that they are building. This is madness. This is absolute madness. You come to visit, be a participant into an imagination, and you are looking to stay into this imagination for immortality. This is madness. This is absolute madness. This cannot happen because you do not know yourself. So it's time to know yourself. All right? It's time to look at your cravings and your desires. All the things that you are craving is madness, right? You're craving immortality in a dream. This is total madness, because the law of impermanence says that this world is a dream creation, and every sensation and every experience in here it arises and it passes away, just like this world arise and it also pass away. You have characters arise and they also pass away. So this nothing into this world can be immortal in here, right? So we have to see things as they are, accept things the way they are, because this is madness if you got yourself trapped inside of a dream and can't get out of it. All right? Good thing is not up to you. You know, this is a bottomless pit of desires that human being want. It is absolute madness for you to want to have immortality in a dream. And you want this desire, you want to go to the moon, you want to colonize Mars, you want to all this craziness. And the basic simple way of how to be a honorable human being, how to live in balance with your neighbors, how to be a kind person, you don't know how to master these things. And that's why you are here. You are here to master these very simple things, and you can't master them. It is absolute madness. All of your cravings and all your desires. You want and you want, and you're never satisfied. Greed has taken over your mind. And when something has taken over the mind, it gets obsessive. It's a big addiction. And this is why all of these ones are so addicted to drugs, because of cravings and desires. You are addicted to sensations you get from these experiences. You also want to recreate this crave sensations, you become so miserable and begin to spread your misery around. This is what you see them doing all over the world. That's why they are sodomizing children, boys and girls, prostituting them, kidnapping them, moving them through all different countries. Yeah, because they have these sick cravings and these desires, and they, at any cost, they want to fulfill them. No, you have a sick mind, you got an impure mind, and you need to start purifying your mind. You must get rid of your cravings to these sensations. Get out of your misery of cravings and attachment or aversion to attain real peace and happiness within yourself, within your mind. You are miserable in your mind. Real peace and happiness come from self-awareness and wisdom. You got to be content with who you are. You in the stream, you don't know who you are. Y'all think you know everything because you claim that you're so smart, because you're a scientist, and you're a technocrats, and you're all this thing, but you don't know anything about yourself. You know everything about everything else, right? About the dream and about, creating some stupid nonsense inside of a dream. That means nothing. All the things you are creating means nothing if you don't know how to create peace within yourself. You don't know how to be equanimous. You don't know that your mind is sick and you cannot even resist simple temptations. What are you creating? You're only creating misery and harm and hostility and war. It is real simple how to connect and anchor to your real self. I am that I am. So many ones, they say, oh, we want to experience the divine. We want to experience, all of, because people are telling them, oh, they experience this. They doing outer body experience. They want this experience. But you're chasing down for an illusion, because I am that I am. For that which I seek, I am already that. Say this with me. For that which I seek, I am already that. What is the disguise that obscures me so that I do not know myself? I don't know how to be myself. Why? Because within this self, this human avatar, the self is animating this avatar, right? The self is being obscured behind the mind. We have to see that the mind is the problem. Yourself is hiding. It's right in this body. You don't need to go nowhere else but into this body and observe this body by starting to observing your inhalation and your exhalation. Because can you live without inhalation and exhalation? Can you live without breathing? No, this is the breath of life that holds you here, right? Let me plug this in. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Okay. I think that's okay. All right. Yes. So your inhalation and your exhalation, right? That breath going into your nostril. So subtle, right? And imagine you trust it, right? Because it is holding you here, right? It is holding this body, it's connecting, it's working in this body. You take it for granted. Do you know that your breath is an aspect of yourself? Follow your breath and it will lead you to yourself. You don't need to do drugs. You don't need to these outer body experience. If you want to explore the dualities, you know what I'm saying? So some people want to know that. But nobody, are you seeking to know yourself? Seek to know yourself because those beings, they cannot be trusted. No one into this physical world, into the spiritual world, can be trusted. Those beings are tricksters. So you stay within this body. Why you don't need to come out of this body to know the truth. You stay in this body and have awareness in this body. The trick is to still your mind. Your mind like to be busy, so it's sending you on wild goose chase. But if you still your mind and make your mind quiet, this is how yourself is gonna rise up, and this is how you're gonna know. So we need the mind to be still because it's always busy, always talking, right? You follow your breath, inhale till you can finally just stay focused on your breath, because you have never seen yourself that animate this body. You see how your breath is invisible? It is so subtle that you have to be still and focus on it, bring your awareness to it, to really sense your breath, your inhalation and your exhalation, right? To really focus and sense the breath going in, feel it going in. It takes a lot of stillness to train the mind to be sharp. So the mind can learn to be still because it doesn't know how to be still. Right? So this is one of the first thing that you want to do, right? So that you can train your mind to be calm, to be still. It can follow your breath, right? Going to your nostrils, right? And you practice that, right? Because you're going to need to do that so you can eventually go into the center of your chest. There is a void there. The void in the center of your chest is also an aspect of yourself. All right, remember, all of this existence is yourself. On every aspect of this body, there's a self placed to help, to assist you. The breath is a self. Yeah, your breath is a subtle self, right? Going into your nostril, holding you here, right? Until this body can no longer hold the self in it. If something happened to the body and the self have to vacate it, right? So that breath is holding you here. But you take it for granted. It is a self, it is yourself doing that, right? Follow it and trust it. Can't trust these characters. Trust your breath. All right? Follow your breath. Stay focused to still your mind. Then you're going to put your hands in the center of your chest, the void, right? And you are going to ask the question, who am I? How did I come into being? What is the source of my existence, allowing me this world experience? Where am I? What is life? You ask these questions. And then you continue to focus on your breath and you stay in stillness till you can get this mind to be quiet and still, because it is only in stillness that the self is going to rise up. You start feeling the self rising up underneath your hand. The self is moving. I used to have the self, like if sometimes I go out somewhere and say the self wants me to meet someone, it just start just spinning like this, in the center of my chest. If I put my hands on here, and it's like getting excited to tell me, oh, talk to that person, you know. And so that happens a lot when I was going through the process, now it's different for me, because now I became that self. There are so many aspects of the self that are doing different role, and you're gonna all merge with all those aspects of yourself. All right. And so this is very important because it's gonna help you when you anchor into yourself and you're focused on your breath, the inhalation and exhalation. It's gonna help you to still your mind. And this is the task. It is not an easy task because this mind loves to wander. It is going to go into memory and it is going to go into imagination, or it is going to start projecting some images to you to get you distracted. But you stay focused. You tell the mind that, hey mind, today we are focusing on stillness. All right, and you just bring back your awareness back to your nose again, to your breath. Right, so that you can connect with that breath of life that is holding you into this body, holding everything going on here. Because if you don't have that breath, that's it. You're a goner from this body, right? So understand how important everything that you need, you already come equipped with it. Stop looking for things outside of yourself, right? Say, what is the disguise that obscures me so that I do not know myself? And that is the same mind that is tricking you, right? Remember that the self is being obscure behind the mind. The self is hiding. The mind has cocooned the self in magnetic energy. And it is through your inquiry and through your breath that you are going to dissolve all this magnetic energy from the self. The self is going to start shifting, to get out from behind the mind. And this is all the teacher guru self that's in the void is going to rise up to assist you. But you have to do this process. Everything you need is in this body. Stop wanting to go out of body, have out of body experience. Stop wanting to meet those delusional beings, channeling and all these things. No, stop the channeling. Be busy trying to awake yourself, get yourself out from obscurity, and to still your mind and to wipe your mind slate clean. It is a lot of work because it is moment by moment and you have to be on this mission. Follow your breath, observe your inhalation and your exhalation, right? Coming and going through your nose. This is what you want to focus on for all of this week. Make this your mission that you're doing this. Can you exist without your breath of life? I am asking. I say, trust the breath of life and it will lead the way. Follow your breath, all right? And stop following those delusional characters, right? Sensations are always arising and passing. It is the nature of this existence. Don't get attached to any sensations, right? Or to create an aversion, right? All right, so say you're doing the meditation, right? And after a while, when you're focusing on your breath, you start feeling different sensation. Sometimes when you're sitting up, because you have to sit up with your back straight and aligned, because so you don't fall asleep. You have to sit up, back must straight, head must align, right? And it's best if you cross your legs, because this way you're gonna block out all those low vibrations, a lot of those magnetic vibration that likes to come and disturb ones. So you block that off when you cross your legs. I know this to be true because whenever I cross my legs, this is how my vibration activated faster, and I am able to block a lot of things from me when my legs are crossed. So I say, and it grounds you better. If you instead of you sit with your legs open, you sit with them crossed. you know um Even if you on a high up chair and you can't sit low, then you sit on the high up chair, but at the lower part you cross your legs at the bottom. That's very good ways. All right, because the sensations that are rising might be pleasant, but after sitting for a while, your legs start hurting and whatever, because you have a lot of magnetic energy that has to be neutralized with the like become electromagnetic energy. um and so when you're sitting for a while, you might be detesting, oh, I can't do this meditation because I've heard a lot of ones say that. But this is the test for the sensation leads to life experiences. So that's like an experience, something um happening in life that is very unpleasant. And so you're like, you're just hating that, like when I was when the gods are beating up on me, I hated it and I cursed them out, you know but now I am at a different place. So, after I learned and understood that they are myself, and they are in ignorance, and they are coming to me because my light is on and I have a specific destiny. Like every one of us, we are fractal here, and each fractal have a mission and have a destiny. You have to find your destiny. Stop following other people's destiny. Go into yourself. Everything that you came equipped with it already, and everything is already equipped in this body to help you. Stop getting out of this body and going somewhere else. Stay in this body. Everything you need is here. All right. And so, I was like, because I was always very calm. Just people would just walk over me, because I was just too giving all the time. And so there was an abuse of that, and I didn't learn any equanimity. I didn't learn how to say no to people. And then after, I went through this process when I saw the learning how to say no. And so when the gods them come now, and I detested it, I hated it. And I would say to my masculine self, why are you being so nice to them? Because I didn't understand how they was just being brutal to me. And they was coming to him and he was assisting them and helping them. But it's because he has been around them for such a long time. And in the bodiless form. And he has a different kind of body, energetic body, than this human avatar that I am in. And so I have not been accustomed, to these bad ways of them, in this experience that I am on. I've had experience with them in different other lifetime, but this one was new to me because I could not remember any of those things. And I said, how can you be so nice to them? And this was to help me to understand that they are myself, but they are sick. They are sick in their mind. And this is the same way I look at all of these evil human beings, but I still had the mission to curse them out. So I still had to tell them about themselves, because nobody have been able to tell them about how evil they have been and what they have been doing is wrong and bad, because they trick human beings, and human beings are believing everything they tell them, because many of them, they call me and telling me that, oh, their God is coming to kill me, and oh, I am the devil, and all kind of foolishness they say. So I said, those are my dual nature, which you worship, and so I had to stand up to them. So I had to learn how to have confidence and to be brave. So there are times when you have to stand up, and you have to just do your commandment that you have to command. But then there are times now, because this was in your destiny to do this. But for a lot of human beings, they get attached to the different sensation, I say the things that you don't like, and the experiences. But no, for these experiences with the goddamn, no, I am commanding them to purify their mind and to stop engaging in all the things that the gods do. They have a lot of desires. They have a lot of craving for human um sexual activity. They do a lot of sexual activity with human beings. They do because they want that sensation, they want that light. They have all these desires. They do a lot of alcohol drinking with human beings. And so, because I remember years ago, I had this friend, and she used to tell me that when she would go to the I don't know what the person is called that was training her to be a witch, or whatever the thing that they do. He used to pour liquor into her navel because of the one of the gods them that was in her navel, and he was addicted to alcohol. So they have different things that they are addicted to, so just like the human beings, right? And so this is why we have to get rid of this bad habit that we have by purifying our mind, because when the mind gets attached to these desires and cravings, this is the mind that is craving it, and it gets obsessive about it. And so once we are going through the process of purifying in our mind, this is how we're going to get rid of these cravings. But it takes time to practice. But people, they want quick fix for everything, right? They want drugs to fix their problem. They want someone to save them from their sins, instead of them just stop sinning and stop impurities in the mind, to clean the mind out. They don't want to take the time to do this. You need to wipe your mind slate clean, right? So we have to work now on all the sensations that we're feeling from the body, because everything that we need is within this body. All right, stay in this body, and you're gonna learn everything that you need to know about the universe, the world, and yourself, because this body is a fractal universe. Everything that is you think is out there is right here. Stay in this body, please. And I promise you this, that you will be able to learn everything you want to know if you stay focused on your breath, inhaling and exhaling, and allowing the mind to center on the breath, right? Watching the inhalation and exhalation, the mind has to be focused so it can get subtle, so the self can awake yourself, right? And you have to have the mind hold it in stillness, and if it wanders away, you just bring it back again, right? Don't get attached to any sensations, all right? Because this is the big problem in the world. Why you see all this stuff is happening, because these human beings, they are addicted to all of these sensations and their cravings and all these desires, and this is why they are doing a lot of crazy things that they do, a lot of crazy rituals, and this is foolishness. And remember, that is not only them, also the gods too, because they are addicted to their interaction with human beings. And now I am calling for them to stop this, right? Just observe objectively without like or dislike, and see things as they are. And remember that everything in here is rising and passing away because of the law of impermanence, right? Do not attach to anything here, because it can never be forever. It is only for a time, right? And this is the problem that we're having with the human beings. They attach to calling on gods, to channeling, to going to some reader person, instead of just working with the body that you have. Nobody wants to still their mind. The mind is busy, 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 busy. All right. So you are addicted to sensations. Not only the human beings are addicted to sensation, the infamous gods and all the deities are addicted to sensations. Otherwise, why would they want you to pour alcohol in your navel and be intoxicated all the time? The gods are severely addicted to sensations of the body. This is why they spend so much time researching and experimenting how to have immortality, immortal life in a body. This is the same thing that all the human beings are doing. This is why so many know they are on the quest for immortal life in a body, because they like all of the sensations and experiences they're having, especially the elites, because they're doing a lot of strange things. They are harvesting babies, taking their bloods, doing blood flushing, and all kind of crazy stuff they are doing. They're taking the plasma, they're injecting it into themselves. They are doing so much crazy things because they have a cravings. They want to have immortality, immortal life in a body, right? It is time for the human beings and the gods to detox from their addiction to certain sensation and ignorant beliefs, right? The consciousness is very much prone to addiction, and once it gets in a habit, it is hard to break free from these habits, right? Now we must reprogram the mind and how to respond to sensations with equanimity. Like when you are going through a bad experience, you just know that nothing in this life is gonna last forever. Because we used to always say in Jamaica, this too will pass. It's not gonna last forever. This was what everyone would say to you. Don't worry, time is on your hand, right? Tomorrow you might wake up and you will feel better tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So know that it is not gonna last forever. All right. And it is only for a time. And like I was saying, with my battles with the gods them, you know, I know when I have to take command, and speak and tell them what I need for them to do, because I was very annoyed with them. I was just too annoyed. But now I am approaching it better with more equanimity, my mind, keep my mind purer myself. And so I just look at them and I say, it is time for you to look inward and start purifying your mind and stop doing evil. And so, like the last time when I was meditating, and I said, no matter what they do in this body, I am gonna just hold my focus. And I tell you, the consciousness was just shooting some magnetic energy inside. It's like, I am gonna test you. Let me see if you're gonna sit here and not move. Because I said, I am gonna not move my leg no matter how much the consciousness push the magnetic energy in my foot. And I say, the consciousness, oh my goodness, it was running up and down this foot. He was just shooting magnetic energy like crazy. And I just stayed calm. And I just, and then after a couple days, finally I start, it lasted for a couple days straight, you know, but then everything went back to normal and the consciousness stopped doing it because I wasn't reacting to it anymore. you know I was just saying and was holding my focus with the mind every time it tries to wander, because I have a wandering mind too. It loves to like to solve problem of the world. So if I'm meditating, like all these ideas are coming, to do this and do that, because I want to solve the problem of the world. So it's like I have to bring back the mind back to center and say into stillness, you know. And so we all have this problem. So I do have that wandering mind into imagination about what I need to, but my mind is always about how I need to solve the world's problem. Yeah. So, it takes practice, and you have to practice from moment to moment, so that you can maintain that equanimity in your mind. All right. And know that this horrible feeling that you are feeling, eventually it's going to pass away. And if things don't happen out the way you want it to, you accept it. And this is the nature of this world, where we're having lots of different sensations, because that's why we came here, so that we can experience all of this sensation and all of these experiences. All right. And know and not get attached to anything here. Okay, I'm feeling this pain, but okay, I see it. You know what I'm saying? And I am not gonna like get bent out of shape, like how I used to get with the gods, because it's been so many years now that I am accustomed to them doing these stuff to me now. But one thing that was still getting to me, and this wasn't like when I was still, but when sometimes I am moving or doing something, and one of them will just come and just shoot me with some magnetic energy. Wham! Like if you're sitting down or whatever, you just busy doing something, and then someone just come and just punch you in your back like whoop, and you just kind of shock and say, hey, why you do that for? Like because from that shock. But if I am like meditating and I'm in awareness and in stillness, then I can sense the energy coming quickly and I won't react to it. But a lot of times when I am like, not centered in my breath, and it just they just come and wham me in my back, or just hit me in my foot with, sometimes I am walking past someone, they have one of the gods on them, and it's just jump on me and just whack me. And then I'm go, ow, you know. So I am still being what do you call that, I haven't mastered that yet, because it just will just give me a big hit and just shock the body like this, and then I would just like respond out really fast. So I've been working on that. So I'm just sharing, that we have to just to be aware, to be more observant, and to connect with this body. Stay in the body. Do not go out of this body. Don't look for anything outside of this body, because yourself is here, right? Yourself is here, and all the self that needs to help you is also in the body. The void is yourself. Did you know that? Your breath is yourself. All right. So you have to just stay focused on those things. All right. And know that sensations and experiences, they are bound by the law of impermanence. Don't get attached to them. Everything in this world is impermanent, right? It cannot last forever. So we have to learn to see things as they are, right? All right. So we know that the scientists, they have seen on the screen that this world is moving towards its end. There's no if, ands, or but about it, right? They don't want to see things as they are, even though they are seeing it on the screen. They are doing a lot. Because the other day, during my meditations, um, there was a lot happening. There's a lot of alignment with the sun, and they had so many planes that was just flying out and was spraying these poison in front of the sun, because they are trying to block the energy that's coming from the sun, that is illuminating us and waking us up. All right. And they don't want to see things as they are. They say, oh, we're trying to protect this world. You cannot protect this world, right? This world is a dream, and everything that rises eventually passes away. That's why we have many worlds that rise and many worlds that fall. And this one is moving towards its end, and it's time for every being to know this. All right? See things as they are, right? Follow the law of impermanence. This world is governed by this law of impermanence, because this is an imagination creation. This is a dream, y'all. This is a dream. And we are gonna see this world slowly falling. But before this all happens, the I Self wants to give us the opportunity to create a balanced world. Isn't that awesome? Because we have been creating a lot of chaos, we have never created a balanced world. The Self wants to move us to create a balanced world that we can be proud of. But we first have to balance our mind. Everything that we need to do, we have to balance ourselves, because each self is a universe unto itself. So each self, you have to do the work. All right. Everything created rises to pass away. All these ones, they are too attached to the creation. They came to explore and then to return home. It is time to return home, to prepare yourself. But first, let's build a balanced world. It's time to gain mastery over this mind device and stop antagonizing the I and I's. right? Stop being so miserable, making wars, going around raping children, sodomizing them, just making all kind of crazy stuff. I mean, it's just insane what these human beings are doing. Be aware that this mind is creating things in a hologram, right? When you're doing your meditation, right? That can deceive and distract you, right? Do not engage with this mind. We want this mind to be what? Still. Do not engage with the mind, because we want it to be still so that you can learn about yourself. This is, you see how easy this is? Still the mind so you can connect with yourself. This is what you have to do. Maintain the role of the observer. Do not get distracted by all the projections of the mind. You must observe the energy world with the same caution as you observe this physical world, because everyone is going into, they want to go to spiritual world, they want to have outer body experience. I mean, this is all the thing they're chasing, when all I am that I am, for that which I seek, I am already that. You don't know who you are because yourself is being obscured behind the mind. The mind is distracting you so you won't go find yourself, right? Stay vigilant as not to be confused with what's real and what's not real, what exists versus what doesn't exist. The mind always likes to play tricks. Stay vigilant, right? We are experiencing this imagination creation in fragments, right? I want to say this again. We are experiencing this imagination creation in what? Fragments. You only see one little tiny speck. You do not know everything else, right? And all of the I and I's that you see in the world, these are all you living multiple lives simultaneously. Therefore, you don't know everything. You know, right? And have self wisdom through your limited experiences. All right. Whatever the thing that you experience, that's what you have a wisdom and knowing about it, right? I learn from you, same as you can learn from I. I have been through this process, right? And so I know this road, I know this path. So I can say, hey, this is this path. When I can show the way, and I can guide you, but you have to walk it. You have to stay in this body. I am so glad that I did not learn a lot of things from a lot of ones, because they would have misguided me wrongly. I did not know anything about meditation. I know anything about anything. All I knew was that I was breathing, and it's in my normal breath that I was following my breath. I did remember hearing someone say to focus on your breath, but I didn't really know how to do it. And when I was going through this process, then I just started doing that. I just started focusing on my breath, my inhalation and my exhalation. Now I know how to share with ones how to do it, because when I was doing it, I did not know. I was just going from intuition, from natural way, and so I didn't remember all the steps I took, but it was very simple, just breathing, and it was just breathing at your normal breath. And all you're doing is just following your breath, and see anything that rises when you are doing this. All right. And this is how this all came back clearer to me, the other day when I went on like a meditation retreat of stillness. And so I had a lot of time to stay still, I mean, from morning till night. And then the teachings that they were given was brought back a lot of memory for me. And it was so amazing to be able um to correlate. So so you have made an appearance into this world, right? You know, and so you also will make a disappearance. It is very important that we know that nothing into this world is permanent, right? Everything is rising and passing away, right? And so it is time for to gain mastery over your mind. All right, stay vigilant. That's very important. And like I said, that we are experiencing this imagination creation in fragments. And so therefore, you do not know everything. So just stop thinking that you know everything. Because me, I don't know everything. And so I also learn from my other selves who are experiencing different things, right? So you have made an appearance, and soon you too will make a disappearance. And now is the time to live in balance and harmony to the I ultimate true state. Because we have never done this as a collective, all of us. You know, it is time now that we create a balanced and harmonic world. I know we can do this. Can you be a noble and honorable human being? Yeah, it is time now to focus on these things. You have never been a honorable and noble human beings, but that you want to, all of these creatures, you know, inside of here, they want to do this, they just do a lot of horrible things. Can you maintain a pure mind? This is the challenge. Can you meet this challenge? I am asking. So INI is appealing to all government bodies of the society to stop charging ones to live into this imagination creation, because the basic needs must be satisfied for all human beings. You must be able to have food, community, farming together, right? Community self-sufficiency must be happening, right? This is very important, right? That we are doing this, that every human being have a shelter, right? They have food, they have water, they have shelter, you know, electricity, and all these basic things that needs to run a community. So who have what skill, what needs to be done in the community, we all come together and get that done, get that out of the way. All must live for free, right? Now for other things, private sectors, now that's where they can use money for, but the basic needs of things, everybody must have that. And anything else anybody want now, they are free to go and now spend time to sit and meditate, because I'm telling you, this is a process to do to clean your mind slate. And we need for the support of the community, we need the support of everyone, so that our human beings can be on a mission to start purifying their mind. And so all of these governing bodies, they themselves, everyone in the government have to start purifying their mind, wiping their mind slate clean, and maintaining equanimity within themselves. How can you be a leader if you don't even have a pure mind and you don't know how to balance yourself? This must be something that everyone is doing in the community. All right. Once the basic need is, no one needs to be stressed out, because they can spend time, because this is a lot of time that you're going to need to retrain your mind, you know what I'm saying? And to maintain purity in your mind. And people need to be sitting in stillness to do this. No movement, no talking. People need to be doing this. And so this is how the world have to start moving in, so we can start moving to balance and harmony, right? We all came here to explore, and here we have these elites and these corporations hoarding everything in the world. Everything belongs to them. They claim it for their family and their friends, while all the other INIs, we live in squalor. You know what I'm saying? And so we slave for big corporations, while they become so-called billionaires, millionaires, and trillionaires, and we all remain their worker slaves, struggling to maintain basic survival of clean water, food, and shelter. No, all must live for free, All these basic things must be for free. Now everything else, now people want to go into their special thing, their art. Now people can focus on their specialty that they want to share, their creativity that they want to share with the world. Because no, they're not stressed. Everybody is living for free and you do not own the land. It does not belong to you. Stop this crazy egoic behavior. You do not own the world, you ignorant parasites. You need to stop living off of others. You miserable creatures. Yeah, it is time to come out of your misery and self-inflicted wounds and stop being a parasite to all the other ionized living. Calling yourself millionaires and billionaires, going all over, creating war, creating instability, and doing all of this madness. You are so miserable in your mind, you parasites. We're getting rid of parasites too. Yeah. How to come out of your misery and enjoy real peace, to be honorable, noble human beings. Can you do that? Can you have a pure mind? This is the battle to purify your mind. This is the challenge. It is time to solve the problem at the root level. It is no time to make weapons of mass destructions. No time to make more weapons to kill human beings and to fight war with the iron energy forms. You're shooting all of your energy weapons at the iron eyes, the beams of light. You're fighting the war. It must be to purify your corrupt and delusional evil mind. This is the war that you want to fight with your mind, to purify it, to bring it to stillness. Can you do this? Because you all are gone crazy, you all are gone mad, following every stupidness that rises from your mind and want to impose your delusion on others forcefully. Are you brave enough to face off with your mind? Do you have the techniques and skill to defeat your mind? Will you take the steps to your own salvation? Time to be on the mission to purify your mind and learn how to be peaceful and live a noble and balanced life. It is time now to do this. So, I call on all the I and I engage in channeling, talking. All right, I'm calling on all the I and I to dissolve all fake selves, ego, false self now, engage in continuous stillness and mind purification, to be free from your imagination bondage, to be free from your misery and defilements of your mind. Because all ionized they call them angels, gods, ascended masters, all of these names, right? These are all of these beings who needs to be turning their lens inwards so that they can start purifying their minds, get rid of their cravings and all of their attachments to human being. Everyone needs to be busy being their own salvation. No stealing of light, no trickery from all of these beings. This is my commandment, that y'all need to get busy and doing this. It's time to be honorable, be noble beings. Purify your mind. Time to observe these delusional human craving attention and channeling with God. Time to observe and not get involved. Observe these human beings objectively without attachment to the sensations of channeling. Because, they're channeling this one, channeling that one, and you need to be spending time purifying in your mind. Yeah. So that these human beings, they can be busy turning their lens inwards to purify their own mind. Everyone must now be the savior for themselves. No stealing, no trickery. We are moving to being equanimous within ourselves, within our minds, so that we can all live in a balanced and harmonious world. Y'all have grown attached to sensation of being in the human body, craving this sensation and that sensation. It ends now. It's time now to live in equanimity. It's time to be vigilant and persistently purifying your mind, dissolving all your cravings and creation. Victory, victory to all the INIs. Yeah, because this is a big task. So be on the mission about it. May all beings dissolve all cravings and maintain equanimity in this dream illusionary world. May all beings be peaceful and remain vigilant against the mind. Mind be equanimous and pure. Mind be equanimous and pure. Remain alert continuously. Come out of your misery. Come out of your ignorance, all you ignorant human beings. All you little parasites. Stop being a parasite. Enjoy real peace, real happiness, and real joy. Stop seeking all of these. Real peace and real joy and happiness comes when you still your mind and align with yourself. You become content and you need nothing else. Mind must be equanimous and impartial to all sensation, to all your experiences that you are having, so that this mind don't develop all these bad habits, right? Just observe all your sensation in your meditation, right? When you are doing that stillness meditation, so that you can learn how to deal with life situation when it happens, right? Without choosing this or that sensation, right? Because when you like something, oh, that's why they develop cravings, and so many ones is on drugs because the government does drug up people. Just observe objectively with the knowledge of the law of impermanence, that there's nothing in this world that is permanent. It is rising and it is falling. Soon it's gonna pass away, just like you made an appearance and soon you will also make a disappearance, right? Stay in awareness so you do not get caught up in the ignorance of the mind and the mind inability to stay constantly aware. This mind have a problem to stay aware. It's always been looped in the past or in the imagination, or if you're not holding your body right in the meditation, it will just put you into sleep and you will fall asleep and didn't get the chance to learn how to still your mind and to be in awareness with yourself, with your breath, and connecting to the void within this body so that the self can come awake. All right, it is very important that you are doing this. Okay. All right, so with that being said, I want to talk about order and justice. And like I said, that justice, to move to order, for the world to move to order, there must be justice, because we have a false belief that someone has to save you from your sins, and that this world belongs to you, and you are this body and you are this mind, and you don't know how to see things as they are, because you are a visitor here, as a participant in the dream, and so you have grown attached to this experience, and you don't want to leave, because the self is being obscure, the self is sleeping, and this is the ego false self that is talking. The ego false self wants to stay in the dream, because the ego false self can only stay in the dream, and it cannot get out and go in the real. And so that's why the real self is being obscure. So that's why you have to dissolve. That's why you hear me say, I dissolve my ego false self so that the real self can rise. You have to do this, right? So The human beings don't know how to see things as they are, neither does the gods them. Gods and human beings, you can have immortality in a body. All right? This is why the gods them were doing all the crazy stuff they were doing so that they couldn't lose their body. They all lost their bodies. Right? Of course, we have some bodies that are secure, and when the time is right, we're gonna see a few of them when the time is right and human beings learn how to live with all beings, when we can all live together in peace and harmony, when all different beings will be here living together, when we can finally have harmony, then you'll be able to have that experience. But not these human beings right now. These governments are evil. They have all their scalar and all their different weapons that they're using, shooting them at the beings. Yeah, this government is crazy. So and it's just because the self want them to know, because they can be pulled out of the body, but the self want them to learn, because after this there will be no more curiosity. Our curiosity must be about how to purify this mind and how to maintain equanimity with this mind. Yeah, not no more curiosity about this dream. All right. So all gods, all evil human beings is now sentenced to purification of the mind. Right. This is the order that is being sent out for every beings, whether you are human beings, whether you are God beings, deities, angels, archangels, or whatever they go by, all beings. Because remember that the real self, they are non-being. They are not a being, because they are unmanifest, right? But all of these guys who are wearing this mind, the consciousness, they become beings. The consciousness make them into a being, right? But they're just in different stage states 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 of being. All right. So all gods, all evil human beings is now sentenced to the purification of your mind, all beings to be on the mission to self-awareness and mind purification. All right, this is how justice is going to be served, because nobody can save you from your sin. You have to do this work yourself. You must wipe the mind slate clean. You return from that which you rise to be no more. You have grown addicted to the sensation of this dream world, and it's time to dissolve your bad habits of the mind. It's time to purify your own mind and maintain stillness. So all the evil that all of these beings have been doing, it has to stop, because now everyone have to turn their lens inwards, so that you're gonna be purifying your mind, wiping your mind slate clean. All of the lifetimes that you have storehouses of magnetic energy, you need to clean them out, and this is a lot of hard work. So you better be on this mission, yeah, to purify your mind and maintain stillness and anchor into yourself. Stay connected with your breath. Don't go out of this body. Stay in this body, and this is how you're going to do all of this work in this body. All right? I will remain being equanimous, right? No matter what sensations and life experiences come my way, this ship is not real, right? I am in a game. This world is an imagination creation. This is the app. This is the virtual reality game, right? I play fear. I live a noble and honorable life. I see all as myself. I live in balance and harmony. I know, endure the hostility. That's me saying this. The ignorance of all the I and I's, the ideal nature known as the infamous gods, angels, archangels, demons, devils, Satan, Lucifer, the deities. Yeah, you are all in ignorance of true self and have been horrible, hostile beings. I maintain my equanimity. I hereby command that all the I dual nature fighting against I must turn your lens inwards to anchor into the I ultimate true state and remain in stillness and purify your mind. You must wipe your mind slate clean. This is my commandment. Yeah, and this is my commandment to all beings. All beings, whether they're humans, whether they're in a bodysuit or they're in the spiritual realm, all beings, this is my commandment for all beings to do this. I command all beings to be on the mission, self-illumination and mind purification, right? You must liberate yourself from obscurity and purify your mind. And this is a moment by moment task. So you have a lot of busy work ahead, right? As I have commanded, so shall it be. It is so. It is done. Victory, 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 victory. Yes. It is time now to be dissolving all our monsters and demons. It's how to alter your disharmonic frequencies back to balance and light. We have to be working on ourselves, right? Dissolving the vibration of guilt, of grief, of fear, of cravings. We have to dissolve them, right? Dissolving this harmonic vibration to harmonic frequencies, right? No one can save you from your sins. You have to do the work yourself. You have to take self-responsibility. Okay. All right. You have to take self-responsibility so that you can be your own salvation, right? It is our job to maintain a pure mind. Why you think you're wearing this mind? You're the one thinking about all kind of stuff. Why would you want somebody to save you from your mind when you are the one doing all of these things? No, you have to take into your own responsibility to do this, right? Unless you are infant, a baby, you can't do it, or you have some, or like an invalid or something, and you can't do it, then it will be done for you. All right, but don't be talking about you want this and you want that when you can do one thing of purifying your own mind, right? Remember, it is our job to maintain a pure and peaceful, equanimous mind, right? All evil, all confusion is rising from this mind. It is time to change the old habits of the mind from reacting in ignorance to every sensation or experiences to now observing objectively with self-awareness every sensation that arises, right? Or every life experience that arises without likes or aversion. So this is what you have to do so that you don't start creating cravings and then because a lot of ones, we see they want something, but they want results without doing the work. They want quick fix, right? Do not identify with the sensation or the experiences that you're having, right? Just observe equanimously, because remember that you came here to explore, right? To be this participant. I know you're getting attached to everything into this world, to everything you're just attached to it. And if you can't get it, you have to go out of your way to get it, and you're going crazy and you're miserable and you're making everybody else miserable. Stop this. Just be content. Be content, right? Just observe equanimously, knowing that this sensation will soon pass away for another one to rise and pass away. Sensations are always rising and passing, right? This minute you feel happy, then the next minute that's gone, you feel sad, all these different feelings and sensations are happening, right? And these experiences are rising based on how you're responding to the sensations, right? And that you keep the mind is saying, oh, okay, so this is how you respond, and they just start giving you more and more of these cravings or whatever it is that however you responded. The I must align with the I self intelligence, which is constant and never changes, right? You must align with self, right? And yourself is nowhere else but right here with you. I'm anchored in my self intelligence that is content and needs nothing outside of itself. So if you are content within yourself, do you have to crave things? And if you connect with yourself truth, you still your mind, you can stay in this awareness and you need nothing. You are very content. But if you have a family to take care of and stuff that you need, then once you get out of your meditation, you go and you do the things then, for your life. I'm saying, to take care of your family and do all of these things, right? You're just gonna do it with compassion and with kindness and no attachment. You're doing everything that you need to be done and doing it with the right way, right? I must work hard to liberate myself from being obscure behind the mind. Then I pass the baton to the next self in line to take the baton in this relay of self realization. Remember, I tell you, there's a self everywhere, there is a self to help you. But you are looking outside, and it's all encoded in this body. Do you get to know this body? You're going out there, you want to have out of body experience, you want to learn about the moon, the star. But do you know this body? Do you know about this body? Follow your breath, learn about your own body. Just do that in the meditation. You know what I'm saying? And you are going to see how much you are going to learn about yourself once you finally look through this body and find yourself. Look through this body to find yourself. It is here hiding. It is nowhere else. No need to go anywhere else to try to find yourself, to find God or whatever it is that they are looking for. I am that I am. For that which I seek, I am already that. What is the disguise that obscures me, that I do not know myself? I don't know how to be myself. I don't know who I am. There's a self set up. Everything come already for you, for when you ask to answer your question. But you have to still your mind, purify your mind to get this done. And this mind like to it like to loop you in past and in memory, and then it likes to show you visions. And you sitting there and it's taking you on visions, and you go, no. This mind must be still. No action, no movement, not taking you anywhere. It is still anchored in the self, quiet, so you can learn about yourself. So this mind can also learn about the real self because it has created a fake self, right? We each must do our share to fulfill our self destiny, right? Because we all have a destiny. Like I said, we are in a fractal state, and in the fractal state, it is we just one part of the puzzle. And so all the other aspect pieces of the puzzle, you know, have to play its role to fulfill the whole puzzle, right? So fulfill your destiny because your part is very important. Again, I want to reiterate this. No one can save you from your sins. You must work out your own salvation. Work out your own salvation. Please, please, please Stop with this delusional idea, right? It is absurd to think and believe that someone should die and save you from your sins when all you have to do is stop sinning. It is so ridiculous, right? All of your sins is stored in magnetic energy. You are lugging with you. It's attached to you as a long cord, a magnetic cord that is tied to you. If you are living out of this body and you didn't wipe the mind slate clean, then you are leaving with all of more magnetic things to put in your storehouses, because when you're coming into a body, they're gonna wipe all of those memories from you, and it's in the storehouse, and then you come back again with the slate, and then you fill it up, and you leave again with the slate full, and you never clean it off. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be on this mission. This is your sins, right? Your karma, your all your things, your baggages that you're lugging. You know, when I was going through this process, it was the same thing. I went through all of, I did not know any of these process, but it was happening naturally, right? And then each time I would go to one storehouse and I would clean it out, all of the baggages out. And it is through the meditation of the breath that you do this, right? And you go in there, and then I said, when is all of my sins and all my things that I have stored up is gonna clean out? When I was done with that one, here comes another one. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stillness to clean them out, because you didn't do it for each lifetime. This is how we're supposed to live. We come in, we get the mind slate clean when we come in. That's why we come in and we don't remember anything else, because the slate has been clean and now we can live this life. But when we are leaving out, we're also supposed to clean it back, clean it off, so there's nothing on it. So if we clean it off, the mind slate, and then we go into all the storehouses, and then we have all of those, the cords cut off of us. Like if anyone, like all of the witches and all the ones them who were trying to find me, they go into those magnetic, they cannot find me, because everything has been erased. All of my footprints, magnetic, has been erased from there. And so they can't find me when they're trying to like do harm and stuff to I. It's only the gods them, can do this. And so, because I will just see them. I close my eyes and I see them looking at me, because they're shocked, like, oh, I can't steal her light. Yeah, keep trying. If the gods them can't steal it, you think you're gonna be able to? No. Yeah, so it is ridiculous. It is a ridiculous notion and propaganda spread by the delusional beings who want you to continue in ignorance and delusion, telling you lies that you have to take care of all of these things yourself, right? You cannot think that someone else is going to do it for you. All right. So, because as one can see, all the people who are serving Jesus Christ and all these characters, they see they're still sinning. They say, oh, Jesus is going to save you from your sins. You are programmed into believing into all these things, this Christianity and all this religion and all these characters. All right. But this is all false, because the real messenger that came, he never told anyone that he will save them from their sins. He said, I will show you the path. You have to walk it. Everything that you need is within you. He said the same things that I was saying, but people, they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to see things as they are. They want easy way. It's just like with someone, a simple thing as working with your diet. They want the big fat, whatever, they want to lose weight, but they don't want to eat the right things. No, they want to eat all the crazy things, but then they want to take a pill that would just make them get slim, more than to just be disciplined and to eat right and all these things. So this is how the mind gets into a lot of bad habits, and this is why we go, everything I do and say, I always go back to the mind, because now you have to reprogram your mind. purify your mind, and you have to train it how it needs to respond. You know what I'm saying? So that you know that you're going to take self responsibility, and you know that no one can save you from your sins because you committed all of these sins. And you need to be clean in your mind, because that's where all your sins are, right? It's rising from your storehouses that you have collected for every time you come into this lifetime. You have collected. You went out with your mind slate, and what was the self gonna do with them? It's all in your storehouses for you to clean out. Yeah. So it's time to be on this mission. Come out of your ignorance. All right. True wisdom come from your experience with that which you are. All right. So ignorance must end, and it's time to end your misery, and start making others miserable, because you live such a horrible life. You go around and terrorize others. This is what all of these governments are doing. So many evil. Many ones, they don't know how to see things as they are. And even when it stared them in their face, they say, oh no, but this can't be. Remember that you were told many things and many lies. And now you have to inquire within yourself so that you can know this truth. And you cannot keep following blindly and trust someone else's experience. You have to have the experience for yourself, just like how you have to have the experience of purifying your mind yourself. You have to have the experience of cleaning out all of your storehouses of sins, and know that no one can do it for you. Jesus is a trickster, and I've been tricking you just because he wants your soul, right? And so you have to get rid of all your desires and all the things that you are craving for. This is very hard work that you must do to gain wisdom and self-experiential knowledge. You must experience it to know. This is the only way to know, not from a book, not from the scriptures, from any teachings, from any preachers, rabbi, or imams. You must experience this for yourself, and this is the only way you are going to know. So be on the mission about it, okay? So that's why I'm calling for every government official, make life free for everyone, all the basic things, right? Now, the private sector and all those corporations, will eventually move to balance, but where the things for human beings, all of these things must be free for everyone, so that one can be focused on doing this work, this inner self work. All right. So one is not struggling about this food and all of these basic things. Yeah, if one wants to get more than the basic things, then there are all those corporations, they can go to work and do that. But one must be busy purifying their mind, and in every community there must be a center, a place for purification of the mind. In schools, in the schools, in the government, all the civil workers, everyone must be on the mission to save themselves from their own sins. So be purifying their mind, making sure their mind is pure, so we can finally have a balanced world and live in a balanced life. Yeah. So because we have immorality is a universal issue, again, because just like how the impurities of the mind is a universal issue, all beings have a sick mind, have a demented mind, have an impure mind. The same thing with immorality is that everywhere in the world that you go, you find all these beings who do not know how to be. They don't know how to live right, right? Because the government and the politicians have set a poor example for all the human beings, right? How to live a noble life, right? Self-aware life, minimizing my magnetic footprints. All right. So this way you're not gathering sins and karma, so you don't need no one to save you from your sins, because you know how to purify your mind. As you can see, all beings are in conflict with morality, right? We have ones that are doing so many horrible things, right? We have criminals and gangs called politicians, community leaders, religious leaders from all walks of life, community leaders like doctors, teachers, etc., all committing massive crime against humanity and the natural existence. This is what we have. I know topping the list are the politicians and the all of those government people in the CIA, FBI, Mossad, in every nation, the police, the soldiers, them, they are the ones doing the worst crimes. And so it's time that we have done so many horrible things. This world has been coming and going. It rise, it ends, rise and end. Now this world now, we must all come awake and we must all now be on the mission to maintain equanimity with the mind, all right? Equanimity with everyone in the world, with all beings. And so this time now that we start looking at this, I will not harm any living beings. This is where we need to move to. I will not tell lies and spread propaganda, right? I will not kill. I will not make weapons of mass destruction. I will not rape and sodomize children. I will not use drugs and alcohol. I will not betray my friends and family for bribery and money. I will live a noble life with integrity and take self responsibility. I will practice self awareness and mind purification from moment to moment. This is the most important thing that you can do. I will make an effort to see things as they are, to maintain equanimity with all life experiences. I will take optimum care of my body temple. Stop putting all these poisonous things in your body, right? Honor it, because yourself lives here. That which you are seeking lives here. This must be pure for you to experience any of your other pure self. If your body is impure, the self is not gonna show up. No, you have to be in alignment. All right. So what is your vibration? Up your vibration. Now come on, be on the mission about this. Everybody needs to be doing this. Busy, busy, busy. Moment by moment, taking care of the mind, purifying the mind, cleaning your mind slate. Yes, because this world created inside of a dream is not real. This world created inside of a dream is not real. This world is impermanent. This world is impermanent. If you never heard it before, let me repeat. This world created inside of a dream is not real. This world created inside of a dream is not real. Human beings, stupid human beings, parasitic human beings, you cannot have immortality in this body, in this dream. Hey, 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 wake up, wake up, wake up. Stupid human beings, parasitic human beings. Yes. I'm using harsh language because I'm just have to tell these human beings off, because yeah, it's time now to stop this foolishness. Yeah, this mind is dreaming up all of these things. You're caught in the loop of the imagination. How long have I been trapped in this dream? As you can see, this baby is unaware and sleeping. We are unaware of our true self. We have limited knowing of the truth about who we are. Just like this fetus in the womb. So is humanity in the world, sleeping and unaware. Wake up, sleeping self. It's time to wake up. This is not real. It is all a dream. It is all a dream. Please stop with your delusional idea already. and see things as they are. Follow the law of impermanence. I am ready to see some balance. I don't want to hear about wars and all these ridiculous weapons that you are making to kill human beings. Like, come on, like, seriously. The battle to remove the ego off the self. This is the battle. This is what you want to harm yourself. I'm ready for this battle to remove this ego. You think it is easy? That's why y'all say you're so smart and you never figure it out yet. You are wearing this ego device, this mind device, this mind slate over your eyes, and it is obscuring the self. One must wear this duality consciousness to participate in this dream illusionary creation. Likewise, the I must remove the mask of the ego to awake to the real, to attain self-truth and self-liberation. This is how you attain liberation. You got to take this mind slate off of you. You have to clean this mind slate. That's one liberation. The next one is to clean the mind slate of every action, every sin that you have committed for every lifetime you have come in here and never cleaned that mind slate, and everything got stored in your storehouses. You have a lot of work to do. Take this thing off of you. This mask. Take off your mask. Your illusionary mask to end this game. Yeah. It's time now. It is all in the eye. Imagination. Take off your imagination device. You are a character inside of the game. The eye is just playing a character in a game. Why are you so attached to this character? Attached to all of these sensations into this game? You're addicted. You don't want to just come, explore, observe, and leave. No, you attach. You don't want to leave. You want immortality in a dream. You're doing a lot of crazy things to that you think you can attain immortality into this body. It can never happen. It can never happen. Accept things the way that they are. And stop dragging others in your delusion and creating war because you don't want to see things the way they are and you don't want to accept it. Take off your ego costume and mask. Take off your ego costume and mask to see this world is not real. See, you're blind. This mask is blind you. You cannot see the real. Or you're going to see the real when you have this thing blocking your eyes. The eyes using the imagination device. It is just a game. It's a virtual reality. Consciousness is very deceiving and conniving. You cannot trust this consciousness. It's always trying to trick you. Problem is the mind. Purify your mind. Clean your mind slate. So when you're living out of here, you have no baggage. You can finally return to the ultimate true state. And you will have accomplished your mission and you will be victorious on your mission. This is your mission, to do this and exit with your mind slate clean, and you have never done this. Now be on the mission to do this. This is the task. Get on it already. I want to say to the I and I's, be encouraged. Consciousness, it is time to wake up and see that you were only dreaming. Consciousness, you're sleeping. This mind is sleeping and think that everything in its imagination is real. All your dream sensations and cravings are not real and can never be real. Consciousness must maintain equanimity with the self, to let go of all its cravings and desires. The consciousness slate must be wiped clean of all desires and cravings. I fulfill my destiny and I do what is needed to be done for liberation. Oh, what a difficult task this is for the I and I to do. Yes, because this consciousness is a trickster. And so it's time now to be engaged, be encouraged. Because I'm letting you know that the task is difficult. It's really simple. Again, like I say, you're going to follow your breath, right? Inhalation, exhalation. Bring the mind into stillness so that the mind is not wandering, right? Connect to the center of your chest into the void, all right? And you're going to anchor into the self. Remember, the breath is yourself, the void is yourself, all right? Plus, you have a self in the void that's going to rise up to be the teacher guru self to teach you and answer all of your self questions. But it is a task because first you have to purify your mind and maintain stillness for this to happen, right? You can't go on a vision with this mind. You don't want it to show you anything. This mind must be still, must be anchored into the self, being still, not showing you any vision. You're staying right into this body for the self to work, right? Also, I was observing there was some Buddhist monk who are walking to where they heading to the White House or something, or the I don't remember exactly where they're heading to, right? But they're heading somewhere. They've been walking and joining the walk for peace. So many ones are like coming out to greet them when they come into their cities. So this is a great thing, right? So I was seeing a clip where this black guy was approaching the monks, um talking about only Jesus can with this false teaching. How can you see someone is talking about peace? Why don't you say, oh, all of these religions join together and say, oh, walk for peace? But they're confronting. There was another guy too confronting them about, oh, you are only Jesus can bring real peace, and only Jesus can save you, and all this foolishness. And I'm like, which demon sent this idiot out there to interrupt the peace walk? You know what I'm saying? And who gave him some money and say go out there and interrupt the peace walk? All these stupid ignorant human beings. So you'll find these ones, they'll come to like interrupt your peace. And the Buddhist monk was very calm to him and say, may you be peaceful, and eventually walk away from him, because they come with this foolishness, you know? It is just so strange about how idiotic ones can be. All right. So I just wanted to mention that. So be encouraged, no matter if you get some idiotic ones, they come to you, or this mind, come to you because this mind don't know how to be peaceful. It always wants to be busy, busy, busy doing something when it needs to be still, right? So just join the walk for peace in terms that you sit down, try to be a peaceful human being, be peaceful in your mind, right? The I and I will be victorious because I am rooting for you, right? I lose all attachment to sensations and creations because everyone, they're obsessed with their creation that they're making, and, all of these, things like, hey, this is an imagination that you're going to have to leave. Stop growing attached to all of these imagined things, all right? And imagined characters. Everything I have created, I demolish. You must be able to say this. Everything that I have created, I demolish. I dissolve all fears. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I transition from being to non-being. I move effortlessly with ease from manifest to unmanifest. I am anchored and stabilized in the I want true self on manifest that has no name, that can be explained. I alone exist. Right? I return to I ultimate true state. Victory, 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 victory. Yes, I be encouraged on this journey. All right. So you know that you're not alone, right? I've been there, and I still have my struggles, and we all have our own struggles, but just keep be encouraged, right? Remember that all forms are temporary manifestation. They rise, they go, they rise, and they pass away. Nothing in here will last forever. This world is moving towards its end. But first, before that, we want to move to balance. We want to finally make a balanced world, right? And that also, that balanced world would be for a while, just like, and then it will be dissolved. All right. No attachment to anything that you have created. From that which I rise, to that I return. From that which I rise, to that I return. From that which you rise, to that you will return. I am the all. I am the light energy. I am primal light. All is I. I am stillness. And I alone exist. All evil, return from whence you came to be no more. All right. I am the blackness. I am that I am. I am the void self. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. Yes, I want to thank you very much for joining I. May all beings know the I self. Thank you. May all beings be enlightened and experience real peace. Because, like I said, you are being obscure. You're in the ego false self. You do not have your light. So when you become enlightened, when you become an enlightened being, your lights get turned on. That's the path that I am in right now. I have been enlightened, which just means that my light has been turned on. I am no longer, myself is no longer being obscure, and so this is what you want for yourself. And so you want to experience real peace when you're like this and your mind is pure. All right. I am primal light, prepared for the world with this identity as our set. All right. So for the ones who are saying to me, how come all the things that you are saying and you just have this little bit of this little bit of friends on your what's it called, your page, like subscribers. Oh, that's the word it's called. And you have such small subscribers, because it is not time for the world to know about I. All right. I am going through a lot with these the I dual nature and through this process, and I am being hidden. So don't worry about that. If you have found me, just take the teachings, what I'm saying, and start working on yourself, so that you can turn your lens inwards and don't look for anything outside of yourself. Everything that you need is in this body with you, right? There's nothing that you need that is outside of you. Okay? So just remember that. Ones can guide you and say, hey, I have done this, but you want to have these experiences for yourself, but it's in the body. All right. You cannot get out of this body and then you go off somewhere and think you're going to know yourself. It's all trickery out there. This body is sacred. This is your sacred temple that you must be in and dwell in and learn everything that you need to learn from this body's perspective. Right? Because the self is holding this body. Your breath of life is the self. The void here is a self, and in the void is another self. So everything is equipped right here for you. All right. the doctors and scientists, they cannot detect it, but they know there is a space there. They cannot detect the self because the self is unmanifested and is the void. All right, it's invisible to them. All right, but through your meditation of stillness and staying in awareness on your breath, this is how you will be able to connect with the void and inquire, but then you have to stay in stillness. All right, so I bow to all the ionized in self, in light, and in truth. I am the self, I am the truth, I am the primal light, I am that I am. I want to thank you very much for joining. I am going to close out with a song. So, thank you again. I'm gonna do Remember This World is a Dream, because a lot of people, they think they want to have immortality inside of this dream. Like, come on, people. Come on, beings.
Mommy, I had a dream. And when I woke up, you were nowhere to be seen. The world was burned to the ground. There was no one around. Mommy, please answer me. What does it mean? What does it mean? We are visitors here in this time and space. One day we'll have to leave, whether or not you believe or agree. Remember, this world is a dream. Remember, this world is a dream. How many have gone before me? How many will come after I'm gone? The truth will live on. The truth will live on. Long after I'm gone, the truth will live on. The world is at the end of its cycle. You're the messenger, the oracle. Humanity have reached its pinnacle. Balance and harmony right in the vehicle. Supreme is dreaming of the particles. The experience to coming into the world and explore is temporary. Lose all attachment and desire. When it's time to leave, be ready. Self-realization shatters all illusion, fear, ignorance, or worry. Remember, this world is a dream. Remember, this world is a dream. How many have gone before us? How many will come after we're gone? The truth will live on. The truth will live on. Long after I'm gone, the truth will live on. The truth will live on. Dreamers are the changes of the world. Dreamers are the saviors of the world. True self is dreaming of the world. Awake from the sleep, awake from the dream. Spirit and soul in union to be free. Fear has no power over me. I'm stabilizing the supreme. Who has eyes to see, let them see. New world is coming into being. Remember, this world is a dream. Remember, this world is a dream. How many have gone before me? How many will come after we're gone? The truth will live on. The truth will live on. Long after I'm gone, the truth will live on in the hearts of the children. I say, in the minds of the people DNA. The truth will live on.